another Prairie Sunset Ranch farm vlog. This guy's Aaron. Thank you for tuning in, my friends. Well, it's been a scorcher out here for the last couple of weeks. It's been real hot. We haven't seen a whole lot of moisture, and the pastures are coming in nicely. They're staying in great shape. Anyways, in this video, we're gonna be chasing around these maniacs. That's right, my heifer herd. They are causing a little bit of trouble. Actually, not the heifers to be exact. Some escapees from another pasture came and started harassing my heifers, and they were led into this pasture by accident. So we have to find out where those escaped cows came from. There was about, I think, 15 of them that broke out of somewhere. Either it was the main pasture or the home pasture, but we got to find out where they escaped from, fix the fences, and the weather wasn't all nice. We did get some rain. To be exact, we had thunder and lightning, so that's probably the best time to go hammer in some steel T-posts, right? Well, when your name's Aaron, those are the days you choose to go do dangerous shit. So we're gonna fix some fences, we're gonna do some investigations, we're gonna get the cows back, and we're gonna try to lead the cows out back to their pasture, and fingers crossed, wish me luck. My guess is it's gonna be a big fail because of all the green grass and the nice fresh pastures. They're not gonna wanna follow oats. I can almost guarantee that, but hey, we're gonna do our best. These guys got the right idea, chilling out in the shade, just enjoying life. That's what it's all about, eh, you little nose lickers? I also want to chat a little bit about the importance of rotating your cattle herd, especially your calves, in the wet spring months. I want to just touch base as to the importance of it to try to avoid potential problems with scours, coccidiosis, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's enough pissing around. Let's pitter, patter, and get at her. Woo! Well, if you happen to be one of those people that missed these Prairie Sunset Ranch farm videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up and don't be a cheap ass. Hit that share button, share this video on your social media because, hey, it's free. It's free. Nothing's free nowadays, but that is. Part of the video, I wanted to quickly touch on coccidiosis and scours and why we had to move our cattle out to pasture a little earlier this year. Unlike every other year, we weren't in a super big rush to get the cattle out this year until we noted 2 calves that were giving signs and symptoms, indications of the start of coccidiosis. Now, we had some watery stools, which isn't all that common, but once they started getting a little droopy, a little lethargic, we noted that their skin, when you pinch, it was tenting a little bit. They weren't getting the hydration. They were just crapping it right out. So soon after that, we noted a change in the stool color. It almost had a blackish tinge, and the other one had like a blood tone to it. So we knew it was the start of coccidiosis. We caught her early. We treated right away with sulfa liquid bolus, and we gave antibiotics to the calf because we needed to. We also kept them pinned up. We took them away from the others, so the mother and the the mother and the cow were both separated. So 2 pairs separated. At this time, we went through the entire herd. There was another 3 calves that we noted just with the start of it, so we treated them anyways because we didn't want them to go downhill. If you've ever had coccidiosis, you know what I mean. It is bloody wildfire. It will take out your calf crop. It will kill your bottom line if it doesn't kill the calves. Depending on the severity of it, if your calves get a real bad case of coccidiosis, happen to pull through, even when they get back from pasture, they're gonna be a lot smaller, a lot less healthier than the other calves that were not affected by the bacteria in the GI tract. So it's a very crucial time to make sure you can detect the start of it. In this case, it probably wasn't detected. We could have probably got a couple days on it earlier, but at this case, we kept it to about the 5 animals. 2 were isolated. We treated the other 3. We watched them. They were good. We sent everything out to pasture. So everything went out a little bit earlier. We would like to leave it because this year was a really good, kind of a normal year for once. But at any rate, they're doing fantastic out at pasture. The grass is growing. We haven't had too much rain lately, but we still had a lot of ground moisture retained from last year's freaking monsoon. So essentially, these are the areas that will start the coccidiosis bacteria from getting consumed by the calves. These little low wet areas like this. This is dried up now because we haven't had rain for a while. But you can imagine in the early spring, there's lots of sitting water. So it's very important to rotate. Rotate those cows and calves, keep them in smaller groups if you can, if you have the area. I definitely say keep them rotating. Rotate them every week if you can to somewhere clean and fresh where there isn't standing water, if at all possible. Out here it's near impossible, but we keep them moving, and generally, knock on wood, we generally don't have too many problems. This year we had a little bit, but it wasn't the end of the world. It was, we took care of it. So some signs of coccidiosis in a calf, basically we'll start with droopiness, lethargic. The calf presents very lethargic, droopy, dehydrated. Skin will be tinted when you pinch it. They'll definitely, you'll notice that they aren't sucking very often. They have a loss of appetite. Green to like slimy blood, even yellowish, but don't get it mixed up. Don't get the yellowish stool mixed up with colostrum poops. Don't panic right away. So there's a big difference between the two. If you do see a different color stool, just investigate. See how that calf is doing. How lively is it? Just do a little investigation. You can usually come to a proper decision as to whether that calf is affected by the bacteria or not. Now, you got to keep in mind, once there's damage to the gut of that calf, you know what? Other infections can start setting in, and that's where that calf becomes unhealthy. And even if they do survive it, that's why you sometimes can get a calf that is well below par or well below the other healthy calves that come back from pasture in the fall. In severe cases, you're going to notice black and or red tinged mucus or flakes of blood in the stool, and then you know it's game time. You know it's bad. You got to isolate, you got to treat, you got to be aggressive treating that calf, and definitely keeping the rest out of that area, because you don't want that around your herd. Just to give you a quick idea how we move these animals around here, because we don't have a huge area in the winter, we basically have them in the front here, and this is fine because in the winter it's frozen up, and you know what, you have your area, it's usually fairly clean and iced over. It's -40, freeze your balls off in 10 seconds type deal, so not much bacteria. But once they calve, after you are comfortable with that calf and mother bonding, getting proper nutrition from the mother, etc., then you can let them out. So we open up the gate, they come out here, they go in behind there. Now there's a nice windbreaks there, we bed up there, and that's where they feed up the herd and their calves. As they start calving, more and more we give them a bigger area. We'll then move them out to this area. And then by that time, there's a bunch more calved in there, and it's starting to warm up. Now when it's starting to warm up, you're getting melted water, you're getting standing water. Now the standing water is what causes the problems with the bacteria. So at that point, we're going to be looking at opening this gate and let them out into this large mini pasture. Now out there we'll feed all over. There is standing water there, but it's clean water. It's almost like swamp. There's a nice creek that runs through the middle, and it's not like that stagnant manure water that causes all those horrible problems. Think simple when you are you don't have to have a huge handling facility. Hey, it's best if you can get one, if you can get a really nice handling system or a handling facility where you have all these different corrals that can be cleaned and rested, and that's great. But if you don't, just keep them moving, keep the animals moving, and just look at that standing water. Even if you can cordon off that area, if there's a lot of stagnant manure water, keep them out of that area. Keep those calves out of there, because they'll slurp it up. They won't go and drink fresh water. They'll go slurp from that disgusting water mud hole filled with festering bacteria. I guarantee you they'll pick that every day of the week. And that leads me to my next point. If you don't have a water, if you don't have like a year-round water, heated water, or somewhere they can get fresh potable water for both the cows and the calves, buy a big trough. Buy a big trough and fill it up once the weather's warm enough. If you're in a warm climate, you don't have to worry about freezing up. But that clean water flushes them out, keeps them clean, and kind of promotes, you know, if you have fresh, cold water in there, sometimes that'll keep them from going to the puddles, but not all the time. You know, typically cows like to take shortcuts, and cows can even pick up, you know, bacteria from the cows, right? That type of deal. One thing I forgot to mention about coccidiosis in calves is we like to give them diatomaceous earth. Now, I made a video on this diatomaceous earth. It's amazing stuff. If you can get the calves on it as soon as they're sent out with their mother into the area in their calving shelter where the mothers don't have access to, they go in there and they love licking that diatomaceous earth, and that really keeps that bacteria at bay. It won't cure them, but it will definitely keep them from getting it. We've been using it for years. This year we didn't use as much as usual, and look, we had a few cases, the first few cases in a few years. But I swear by DIATOMACEOUS Earth, and I'll leave its name in the description below if you need to check it out. But honestly, it's worth every dollar, every dime. It's natural. It's a natural product, and I swear by it. Once you use it, you'll probably never go back to anything else. So DIATOMACEOUS Earth is basically made from small aquatic fossilizations called diatoms. These skeletons are made of a natural element called silica. Over a long period of time, these diatoms are basically collect at the bottoms of lakes, oceans, rivers, streams, etc. And that's where you'll find your DIATOMACEOUS that they grind and up into a fine powder, almost like a glass, like a ground glass consistency. It's very important to wear a mask when you're using it too. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in. It's not good for our consumption, that's for sure. Or perhaps I just won't advise anyone to consume it, any human to consume it. I don't think that'd be too wise. But if you're a baby calf, you go to friggin' town on that DIATOMACEOUS Earth, please. Anyways, folks, try out this DIATOMACEOUS Earth. You won't regret it. And you just make sure you get that little baby calf on it when it's nice and young, so they get a taste for it. They really like it. If you introduce it to them too late, they won't have any interest in it. But if they're like just little guys, little nose lickers, and you get them into it, they're gonna go to town on it, and that's good. Trust me. A lot of the times we'll put the DIATOMACEOUS Earth in a little pot beside another little container with some oats and a little bit of molasses, and that makes the calf kind of curious because it tastes the molasses and the oats, and he or she likes the taste of that. And then she kind of puts her nose in the DIATOMACEOUS Earth, and it just becomes a habit, and then she likes them both, and that's how we get them to eat the DIATOMACEOUS Earth up so effectively. Well, that's enough boring science talk. Let's get to work. If you like these Prairie Sessa Ranch videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It's free. And share this on your social media platform. I don't care what platform it is. Go throw it on there. It's free. Nothing's free nowadays, so take advantage of it. Let's get back to work. Now here we are. We're at the little corral area, the front one. Let's go for a little walk. Look how dried up it is now. Now, I'm going to guess the calves that got ill probably... That's fine, that water isn't bad. That's like a little dugout. Same with this, it's a dugout. But it was from one of these little low areas, probably over there where more of the manure is sitting. But something like this is what would most likely cause that. We'll go take a peek at this little nose licker. He's probably gonna be let out in a few days. We just want to make sure he's 100% good to go because we really don't want him contaminating all this area, because we're going to have the cattle rotate through here in the near future. But as far as it goes now, it doesn't look like he will reinfect. There is no standing water anymore, so this would be a good time to let him out once he's 100%. He looks great, actually. See a little bit of runny bum, but dried up. It's looking good. Fantastic. There you go. Caught him nice and early. That's the key. The key is to catch them nice and early. Catch them nice and early and you have a nice calf. Okay, that's right. But no, that's great. But yeah, no, I'm excited to get them out. You know, they don't want to be locked up this time of year, especially the mother. They want to be out there grazing and roaming around like cows should be. So yeah, it's in our best interest to let them out, but don't want to let them out until you're 100% sure everything's cleared out of them. Let me know where you're from, and are you guys having dry conditions, wet conditions, or normal? I don't know. I'd still say right now is probably still somewhat considered normal conditions, but if we have a couple more weeks of dry weather, and we're supposed to have some heat, 30 Celsius plus weather hitting our way, I don't know, if you have a couple weeks of that and wind, we'll get dry in a hurry, especially for the guys seeding, working fields, etc. Well, we're back at it. We have a few cows that got out. So basically what happened is we had about, I don't know, 10, 15 senior cows waiting at the heifer fence, and they went into the heifer area. So essentially they're mixed up. The only reason for concern is they have calves on the other side of the road. So we got to get them separated and back onto the basically the east side of the road where their calves are. They basically, what happened here, I'm not sure what exactly did happen, but I'm gonna imagine a bear might have scared them or something like that, because they were kind of grouped together. They looked a little bit freaked out. And we do have a couple bears that are in these both sides of the road. We have seen them napping and hanging out there. Big bears, big black bears. So anyways, we got some oats. We're gonna take the oats and try to lead them back to the gate, separate them, let them cross the road into the other pasture where they're supposed to be, so they're not mixed up any longer. Then we're gonna go and fix a couple posts. So let's get at her. Now, why I'm guessing this is probably bears or a predator might have scared them, it's because it's too early. There's too much green grass and it's growing like crazy. There's no way they're getting antsy and hungry. So this would be more of like a late fall scenario. Then you're thinking, okay, they're getting a little bit climbing the fences and getting a little anxious, but it's a lot different. It's early, the grass is primo right now. It's early on, so it's probably a bear, I'm gonna guess. I'd put my bet on that. I just gonna grab a couple of those T-posts and a couple of the pounder, and we'll head out there. We just had a good little downpour here, and so let's head out. Let's find out where that fence was down, leave the equipment there, and then go get the cows separated. Then we'll go back and fix that fence in a couple areas that were busted down. Oh, perfect. Didn't get hit by lightning yet. Good that I'm using metal T-posts. Thundering out. That's the best. Gotta get these couple staples out. Good as new. On to the next one, I guess. It poured on me and it's thundering like crazy out. Well, at least the fence is repaired. At least it's a warm rain. It's not cold. That's good. Alright, rain's picking up. It's starting to get cold out. That's fantastic. It was about 30 above about half hour ago. It feels like it's probably like 18 now. So we're gonna go get the cows, try to bring them back. I'm already wet, pissed off. You know how it goes, right? Oh, I almost hit a goose. Well, let's go get those heifers, or cows, whatever the hell. They're coming now. Come on, ladies. Come on. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Here, ladies. Come on. Come on, girls. I gotta take them on foot. They won't follow the trike, so here we go. Nice little stroll through the forest. I know there's bears here. I don't have a rifle with me. That's fantastic. But I might not have any blood in me after the mosquitoes are done with me anyways, so what the hell can a guy do? Come on, girls, come on. Come on. Come on. They stopped in their tracks. They caught some good grass. They didn't want to follow the oats anymore. So I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. I'm sure the calves will be at the gate. The cows that were out, their cows, I'm pretty sure will be at the gate bawling, and we'll have to let them across then. So yeah, crappy. Well, we're gonna write today off as a win. Why is this a win, Aaron? Well, number one, I didn't get a booter. That's a bonus. And number two, I didn't get struck by lightning. So that's a win in my books, folks. Catch you soon. I am roasting, I am throwing in the towel. We will catch you in the next Prairie Sunset Ranch Farm video. So cheers until then, my friends. And remember, folks, keep it sexy. Or be there, be square. I'm not sure, I forgot what I used to say, but whatever I used to say, just repeat it in your head. It's just as good, right?